kashka, c'est pas mashka. Fais attention. Donc it can go up in the pan and so on, like the porridges, you know, they grow. But this one normally she stays down, like rice, flat, and only a special oven. I remember that we done that before. In oven, yeah, traditional. Whereas maybe like pizza oven. Maybe try this. Yeah, it can be light, you know, really open and very tasty. I always prefer this. You put the butter inside. It's amazing. It's a little bit salt. Would be just to be in the beginning. So the beginners should take the pockets of this grechka, it's sarrasin, and put it on the table. To see why it is the cute. I opened it. Here it is. And now we will put it down. Not too quickly. Slowly. This is all. You leave it like this. And from this part, you need to put it very straight like that and watch very carefully, because this kind of parts that the bad seeds should not get into the pan. And actually some people are just very lazy and they put everything in the water and wait. The fish will get out. No, this one happens to be true, but not all the things then go up. The heavy things will stay down, and when you eat it's not good for your teeth. So everything on the table and watch, and take all the bad seeds off. Then you put it in water. Look how it is. You should be really very attentive for this. It should not be in. This kind of stuff happens to be in on the table from the very first side. And also the black things, they cover actually the grains. Not all the grains here could be clean. Well, that will be some reason to remember the countryside. Yeah, actually in the countryside we eat this. All Russians, I mean. And then it is possible that, look how beautiful. No, I remember I was in San Remo. No, countryside, of course. So then it will be nice to go to the northern part and to Estland and something like that to see how they prepare this. But traditionally we put it with milk, and after it is boiled, so when it's ready, milk and some sugar for breakfast. And normally for the day you do something with meat with this, or you can bring you cannot eat it with the fish, that's all. There's no fish anymore, nothing at all, and cutlet. Yeah. Sorry for the moral, it was countryside blues. Yeah, I wanted to show you one book, also special blues book. So this is the author that I actually appreciate and want to find out one very easy poem, which is where the both women were poets, actually, Tsvetava and Akhmatova. So Tsvetava showed her attention to Akhmatova in this poem. It's always like this. So she addresses to her muse that she's crying, that she's the best, that she's the beautifulest, but that she comes from the crazy nights, white nights of St. Petersburg, that she throws the white snow storm on Russia in the night, and that the screams pass through the night like the arrow. Then she says her name, and that is a big aspiration, which fall down into the depth. And I remember that Akhmatova, she wrote a very nice poem about the earth. I had that in my concourse, and I remember that it was on the teeth, like these things. And she says also, Tsvetayeva, that we were all crowned by this earth, and that the same is the sky, that we all were blessed by the faith, and they all die. So she passes by St. Petersburg, and she sees also the cathedral, and somebody which is not seeing is begging behind, and she says that I give to you my voice, to Akhmatova, and to also she gives her heart. So she stays with her head in her hands, thinking of hard people jokes, and she sings. Then the big wave showed her up on the crete, and she sings. And she sings that she's only one, like the moon in the sky. So I don't remember where I put the bed seat. It's completely off. And now we do like this. So we put down the thing to keep it. Yeah, if it can, because I will keep it. And we these are the bed seats, of course. I think the second tour will pass. Of course, it's not the sand from the aquarium. And down to the water. Well, it should be clean, so really clean. So that's why we will manage to clean it and put under the new water. Now you see what happens. Most of the grains stay down, and we have still this part which is going out. Well, yeah, and we will wait. But it's ready. When it's ready, it's ready. You can put with oil and so it can be eaten. It's because we are hungry. We are not so hungry as the poets in the beginning of the 20th century. But they made their sacrifices, and they did not for work, they did for their muse. They said the spirit. So be careful with the poets.